Cabungan. He is the Senior Officer and Facilities Manager of JGC Philippines Incorporated. JGC Philippines is one of the biggest engineering, procurement, and construction service companies in the Philippines, and they have been our responsible partner since 2018. We're blessed to be joined by Sir Chris today to share with us JGC's best practices and how the law benefited them or is still benefiting them. Sir Chris, the floor is yours.
Okay, can you hear? Thank you, Jupiter, for that introduction. And thank you, Snap, for inviting me to share our practices in our company, JGC Philippines. So, good afternoon to everyone. I hope you're all keeping yourselves healthy and safe. So, without further ado, may I proceed with my short presentation? Okay, so in front of you right now at your screens is the photograph of our office building in Alabang, Muntinlupa. Next slide, please. Okay, so just a short background para meron kayong idea what I'm talking about here, especially that we belong to different industries on the audience side. I'm talking about this establishment, which is a 10-story office building plus one basement, so that's 11 stories. And siguro mga around 1,000 employees are occupying this facility. Now, it's a typical office building. So ang equipment dito madalas mga computers lang. I don't think we have any equipment that is so intensive in consuming energy, except of course yung pinaka energy intensive na nagko-consume na equipment right now are the centralized air conditioning units. This building was constructed in 2001, so during that time wala pang masyadong energy efficiency initiatives. I think during that time, EPIRA law was just being enacted. So we have come a long way. Okay, as far as the type, designated establishment is concerned, it is type 1, meaning we are consuming somewhere between 500,000 to 4 million kilowatt hours per year. Last item is that as a contestable customer, we belong to the 750 kilowatt customer. And as mentioned by Jupiter na kanina, we partnered with Snap in 2018. And it's one of the best decisions we made as far as energy efficiency and conservation is concerned. Later, next slide, please. Okay, I'll discuss a few items in terms of our energy management practices. I think I'd like to call it best practices. Kaya lang, we belong to different industries, so we have different facilities. Thereby, we have different energy needs. So one industry may have a best practice that is not applicable to the other industry. So let's just call it practices. Okay? And then some energy management challenges and benefits also I'll share with you in the next slides. So next slide, please. Ayan. Among energy conservation initiatives, I have listed here 3 of the items that we are implementing in the company, among others. And these items, I'm sure a lot of you are implementing also. Walang bago dito sa items na to. But at least just for the company's practice, let me share with you. So the first item is the certification for Environmental Management System or ISO 14001. May nagbanggit nga kanina, meron silang LEED. I think yung mga green building initiatives na yun, those are higher level management systems. But basically, ISO 14001 is a management program that you list you we make plans, we execute the plans, we measure the activities in relation to environmental management, and part of this is the energy conservation initiatives. So yung mga maliliit na items to contribute for the energy conservation of the building, such as yung pag-akyat lang ng paggamit ng stairs instead of the elevator. If you're just going up or going down 1 or 2 floors, that's one of the initiatives that is doable, but we put in writing that we require all employees to do. Another example would be to turn off the air conditioning system during overtime works and instead use the electric fan, and also turning off the elevator, some elevators during off-peak hours. So again, these are just examples, but when everybody is doing it, the employees are doing it, it actually reflects on the performance of the company in terms of energy management. So, example, before we implemented ISO 14001, these are just example figures. For example, we were consuming 100 kilowatts per kilowatt hours per month, and then when the ISO 14001 was implemented, we reduced the consumption by 20%, so it just became 800 kilowatt hours, something to that effect. So the effect has been immense and the actions are doable. So dun sa mga companies na looking for something to do moving forward, this is one of the investments that you can do for your companies. It changes not only the company's energy profile, but also the behavior or the culture of the employees. Okay, for the next two items, actually, hindi ko na i-discuss masyado. I'm only given a few minutes. But for the third item na lang, yung we switched to retail electricity when we partnered with Snap in 2018. For the audience who are existing customers of Snap, congratulations, we made a good decision. And for the audience who are prospect customers of Snap, congratulations, you are going to make a good decision as well. Because actually switching from the previous DU to retail electricity will not reduce necessarily your energy consumption kasi wala namang physical change na gagawin eh. Mag-shift lang ng service provider. But the effect on the cost, on how much you're paying on your monthly bills, doon yung mararamdaman yung benefit. Okay? And I would like to be particular with Snap. They are using renewable energy, which is one of the factors actually that we considered when we engaged the business with them in 2018. Okay. Next slide, please. And okay, so some challenges and benefits. There are environmental, cultural, and financial challenges and benefits. But due to time constraints, I think I'll just discuss the cultural standpoint. As I mentioned kanina, JGC has been ISO 14001 certified for the past more than 10 years already. So in terms of the behavior of the employees, myself included, nasanay na kami or ako na when implementing the activities, for example, when I go to other buildings or even the mall, I use the stairs when going only 1 floor up or down instead of the elevator. So it has been ingrained to me behaviorally that when I see other companies or other buildings that do not implement these initiatives yet, nagkakaroon ng disparity. Parang anong point na sa company namin, ini-implement namin to reduce the use of our resources, tapos sa ibang companies hindi pa rin sila efficient sa kanilang paggamit ng energy. So this is a challenge because there's a disparity, sabi ko nga. But one benefit of the EEC Act is that it will require companies, actually designated establishments, to to comply. So dadami actually ang magiging aware sa benefits and dadami ang magko-comply. So basically yun lang naman ang yun lang naman ang bottom line doon. Sabi nga ni attorney kanina nothing beats compliance. I think that about ends my my presentation. I hope you picked up a few points from me, and I do hope for the next forums other companies also would share their testimonials. Thank you.